Hello everyone, I am Manish Yadav working at GDR PSBM Purani Bazar Narkatiyaganj. Dear students, in this video I will discuss about the poem The Road Not Taken for class 9th. This is one of my favorite poems, and this beautiful poem has been composed by an American poet, Mr. Robert Frost. His full name is Robert Lee Frost. His full name is Robert Lee Frost. Mr. Robert Frost was born on March 26, 1874. He died on January 29, 1963. Mr. Robert Frost is best known for his simplicity, insightful about common and ordinary experiences. Means in his poems we see he depicts the common experiences, ordinary experiences of rural life. His famous works are Acquainted with the Night, To Earthward, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Spring Pools, The Road Not Taken, etc. So let's discuss about the poem The Road Not Taken. The first stanza, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. In the first stanza, the poet was standing on a place from where two yellow roads. How was the road? The road was yellow. And in the second line, he said sorry. So, dear students, why does the poet say sorry? Sorry, when he said sorry, it means he was sad. So what is the reason of his sadness? In the second line, the poet says, and sorry I could not travel both. The poet has used the word sorry. Why? Why does the poet say sorry? It means he is sad. And what is the reason of his sadness? And next he says, I could not travel both. It means he could travel on both, as both roads attract him. Both roads have their own attraction, as these days we people sometimes follow truthfulness and at the another time with falsehood. Means we sometimes follow the spiritualism, religion, honesty. At the same time, we go against it. Means these days people are traveling on both roads. But here in the second line, the poet is honest. He honestly admits that he could not travel both. Means his inner conception, his conscience, his mouth, his speak, these two are one. Means whatever he thinks, he does. So, and be one traveler, long I stood. And as I have told you that he could travel on both roads, as people of this era traveling on both roads, such people have no unity, personality, morality, identity, character, no soul. They are their thoughts, they are divided. They have split personality. One can travel on both roads, but they have split personality. But the poet, he could not. So he honestly tells that he could not travel both and be one traveler. Being one traveler, one can't travel on both roads. Long I stood. He stood for a long time. He thought about it. He considered, reconsidered, and looked down one as far as I could. And the poet looked on both roads as far as he could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. And he looked as far as from where it merged, it diverged into the forest. In the second stanza, then took the other just as fair. So he said that he took the another road just as fair as the first one, and having perhaps the better claim. And this road, other road, that claims better than the previous one, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far that the passing there had worn them really about the same. Both roads looked same. Both roads attract him. Here the poet talks about the two roads. One of them is the path of truthfulness, honesty, character, soul, religion, and second one is the path that is the path of hypocrisy, the path of culpritness, the path of falsehoodness, unchastity, dishonesty. Both roads attract us. So he said that it was grassy and wanted wear. The road that has wealth, name, fame, everything, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, as it looked same. Both road looked same, and both that morning equally lay. In the third stanza, the poet says that, and both that morning equally lay, in no lips no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. In the third stanza, poet says and both that morning equally lay. It was the time of morning, and both roads looked same. In lips no step, and there were lips on the road, and it was not trodden. No one has traveled yet. The roads were fresh. Oh, the writer has said, oh, I kept the first for another day. Second day, he took the first one. He took the first one. Means, yet knowing how way leads on to way. He knows that where this road led him. And as I have told you that even lakhs of one has the courage to travel on the path of chastity, on the path of religion, on the path of honesty. So the poet says, oh, with a sigh, he says, I kept the first for another day. Very few in this world have such quality to walk on the path of chastity, on the path of religion. So, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. The last line of third stanza, the poet doubted if I should ever come back. He doubted that he would come back. The path of religion, if one has crossed one step or some fixed distance, one could not come back. In religion, there is no coming back. If one has passed one stage, he could not be a start from beginning. So here the poet says about it that he doubted if he should ever come back. He is not going to come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. He says, in the last line, in the last stanza, the poet says that I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere else and else hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The poet, in the last stanza, the poet says that I shall be telling this with a sigh. With a sigh, he tells that age and age, the coming generation after generation will remember him, and he would say that there were two roads diverged in a wood, and the poet, Mr. Robert Frost, who took the one less traveled by. The poet took the road that was less traveled. Very few had such courage. Very few dare to walk on such path. And that has made all the difference. And whatever the difference is because of that, the option, that the selection of walking on the first road. Dear students, this poem is very ethical, talking about the moral that as in these days people are becoming moralist, at the same time moralless. At the one place people does crime at night, and in the beginning they appear as chaste, worshipping, even honored. So if one has to choose one road, one can't be the traveler on both roads. How honestly the poet says it. Dear students, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel, MS Institute of English. Thank you very much for watching this video.